So, folks, you know this old adage that says there is no smoke without fire. You must have heard that the president of the US, Donald Trump, is now putting Nigeria as one of his main focus right now. Okay, with what we are hearing now, he's thinking about trying to come into Nigeria in terms of military-wise to solve the terrorism and what have you, the killings of Christianity or Christians in Nigeria, and that is a cause for concern, you know. And as we even go on, it's even frightening to hear things like that when a president of another country is interested to come and solve your own indigenous problem. That is the problem right there. One of the representatives there in the US, Ted Cruz, the senator, has been saying a lot about killing of Christians in Nigeria, the buying of Christians in Nigeria, and all of that. And I was thinking, I know indeed, locally there are issues when it comes to buying of people, especially in the north, Borno, Benue, and the northern part and all of that. But the way it is taken out of proportion, I don't think that's the case. However, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. For there to be, for a senator in the US to say things like that, and the government here locally is refuting it, saying there's nothing like that, but the indigents are saying otherwise. I know that I was watching in Arise News some time back where there was a pastor that is based, I think, in the north, and lamenting the killings of Christians. In fact, there was a video where they were burying the dead and all of that. Now, to be a little bit liberal, I know that this buying of people in Nigeria is not just based on Christianity or Christians alone. It's even the Muslims are killed. People are actually killed. What they have in common is they are people. They are Nigerians that are supposed to be living a secured life provided by government. But that is not what is actually happening. Now, I don't know how true it is, because this is breaking news, so to speak, where foreign governments, America especially, is actually talking about the problems in Nigeria and voluntarily saying they might come in to solve the problem. Should we say it's terrorism? These extremists, Boko Haram likes and all of that, have been in Nigeria for almost 20 years now. And it has been a problem. That is not hidden. Everybody knows that. Is it a norm now? Is it normal that they have a say in how Nigerians should be safe when you have an elected government that have been there right from way back from Jonathan regime? That's a long time ago till now, and people's lives are not safe. You have kidnappings, you have a lot of buying people, you have the terrorism act, kidnapping of children, of girls, raping. There's so many of that happening, but it's a lot in a region, in an aspect of Nigeria, especially in the north, and the southeast. It's been happening a lot over that side, not, all around the country, because that will be chaos, right? But the question is, whether it's in the north, south, east, wherever, as long as the people are not safe anywhere in that country, it should be a priority cause of concern to the federal government. What are they doing? In fact, we are even hearing, and I know I was thinking it's a propaganda, where you see the major parties in the country funding these extremist people. The Fulani herdsmen and all of that is being funded by the politicians. How true is that? There are some aspects we hear that foreign governments are sponsoring them. Okay, neighboring countries are sponsoring them. How true is this? I mean, is it just? Are we living in a country where there are no holes barred? There's no lines drawn that the government should act accordingly? I expect by now that even President Tinubu should come out and address the nation. I mean, for a foreign government to come out and say things like that, what is our own president saying? What is there in place, in Nigeria as a government to make sure that the people are safe? Who are they going to believe? Because if the foreign government is talking so much in social media and the local government, the national government is not saying anything, what do you think the people will believe? So it's just so crazy now that we are hearing this kind of incidents happening. A foreign government is saying they are going to voluntarily come into another country to save them. from extremists, from religious propaganda or religious killings. So is it a political statement? Is it done out of the fact that, if you remember, the vice president mentioned something like that in an international meeting that he had in the year, and where he was, saying something against Israel and maybe supporting Gaza and all of that. Could that be a comeback from the from American government saying, okay, because you don't support Israel, we are going to see how we can get you? Or is it when President Tinubu did not allow what the American government was trying to do by sending prisoners, foreign prisoners to Nigeria, and President Tinubu and his government said no, they can't. They have enough problems in their hands. But in as much as all this is going on, let me say this: there is nothing that America will do that is free. What are we doing, sir? It's not going to be free. Whatever if they come and say they actually want to, because we are even hearing that the Tinubu government is now relaxing and saying, okay, actually we have a little extremist problem, religious problem. I don't know how true that is. Is that the reason why his son shared over 1 million Bibles to people? I don't even want to go there right now. Okay, but again, is that the reason? What is going on? There's so much confusion. You don't even know which one to believe. They are hiding stuff. Is it a propaganda? Is it a political statement? All right, and because locally, like I said, pastors that are in the north are actually coming out to say there are killings, there are kidnappings going on, and it's not just today, it's not yesterday, it's been happening for years. I'm only saying that what Ted Cruz said might be a little bit extreme, might be a little bit of propaganda in it, but that doesn't mean there's no fire. As long as there is smoke, there's fire, and there's some atom of rumor. There might be some truth in it. A lot of rumor. How did they say it? So let's know what is going on. What is the government saying? What is our defense minister coming out to say to assure Nigerians that they are safe, especially the kidnapping sector? Even if there is no religious killing, how about the kidnapping? How about that one? That one has been there for years, where people are just kidnapped for a ransom, and even with the ransom, they are still paid. What are we doing, Seth? I mean, there's a lot going on. I don't, it seems calm, but it's not. There's a lot happening. Kudos to a very dark man that has even, risked his life, gone to is it Benue or Bono, to see some killings, village killings that's happened, and everything was just quiet after that video was done. Everything was just quiet. Now, sit back and watch this little video, and let me get your take on what do you think.
After the designation of Nigeria by Trump as a country of particular concern, the Nigerian government is now mellowing down. The Tinubu's government is asking Trump to help them fight terrorism. Now they are beginning to admit that we have challenges. Initially, they said there was no buying, and they went ahead to say, after all, it's not only Christians, Muslims too. But now they are admitting and they're asking Trump for help. Now take a look at this headline. It says, Tinubu presidency to US, give Nigeria military support to fight terrorists, not designation. This is coming after Ted Cruz has come out to say that this designation is not enough, that they all the people, the government officials that are involved in Sharia law and its implementation.
Is Ted Cruz really saying the truth, or is it just a propaganda? Or the US is just trying to get back to Nigeria for the fact that Nigeria does not want to cooperate with them? What is really going on? You tell me. Because I don't know. There's a lot happening. We just hearing hearsay, he said, she said. But we don't want to live in a country where your mind cannot be addressed. At least that's what we know. There is security issues. Even the defense minister confirmed it. Everybody has confirmed it. It's not hidden. The question is it that complicated that you cannot solve security issues in Nigeria? Is it that bad? Then if it is so, then kudos to President Trump then. What are we doing, Seth?
What are we doing, Seth?